Speaking of keeping up the great work, China's Xi Jinping is expanding his time in office. This sort of comes along with a number of other moves to create a more sort of specific personality cult around him. Now, the last leaders of China's Communist Party and Chinese premiers have obviously, it's an authoritarian structure, but they've been more of a sort of cooperative or centralized model of leadership and less sort of purely one man or personality focused. Xi is kind of breaking the mold on that. And we discovered over the weekend that there's one guy who really admires what Xi is doing. And I think by now everybody knows who that very, 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 very emotionally and mentally stable person is. And now we actually have the audio of Donald Trump talking about how much he admires Xi.
And the news that President Xi had successfully earned the right to run for re-election again and basically suspended the term limits that were in place for the Chinese leader. And the president spoke kindly of that and suggested that it was a good idea that President Xi made that move. Take a listen to this audio obtained by CNN from that fundraiser.
Don't forget, China's great, and Xi is a great gentleman. He's now president for life. President for life. No, he's great. Hey, look, he was able to do that. I think it's great. Maybe we'll have to give that a shot someday. He's the most powerful president in 100 years, person in the 100 years in China. And he treated us tremendously well when I went over there.
100 years. In a certain sense. I don't think Xi is at the point yet where he's suggesting that he supersedes Mao. Unless he told Trump something different over chocolate cake. Over that tremendous chocolate cake that they shared before Trump was just like, I'm bombing Syria. And Xi was just like, I'm more powerful than Mao.
Fake culture.
Fake culture. It's a fake culture. I think Mao is the closest. The dividing line between Mao and Trump, there's several. Mao was self-made.
Likes poetry.
Was literary. Was a genius, while Trump is obviously has brain soak and is a very, very, very stupid guy. But this sort of, like, if you study Mao's sociopathy and emotional swings and, like, people, like, you got to go work in the fields for 3 years or be tortured or I'm going to have your family killed or actually, you know what? I need him back. Bring him back from the countryside. It's a new initiative. It's going to be totally different. There is some type of, you can't, like, Trump is most overtly like Mussolini or obviously like Berlusconi. But if you really want to reach and compare him to like one of the great dictators with like a massive body count, in a weird way, it's Mao.
Both have a joy in cruelty.
They both enjoy cruelty. There's both weird relationships with female aides. And they could see like Mao said like something like Mao, like I can't even remember, but he had like weird like health opinions, like he drank green tea and like so he didn't have to like shower or something. Like I'm butchering it, but like there's just a certain narcissistic bizarreness that the two share. I've also read apparently Xi has been cracking down on cartoonists in China who compare his likeness to Winnie the Pooh. Not a fan.